Hey, welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Branson Quirk.
And I'm Tony Smith.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
What's up, Branson? How you doing, man?
So if you don't know already, Tony and I, we are the podcast department, including Lauren, who's our intern. She is
killing
behind the computer right now.
Yes.
So give a
shout out to Lauren. Put W's for Lauren in the chat.
Yeah, Lauren has the microphone now over there, so she can talk to us. So we'll definitely bring her in at some point here. What do you think we're going to talk about today? Can you guess?
Well, what else?
Spencer Pratt.
Yes, because he's making all the headlines. He was on CNN last night, and he has some stuff to say, which we're going to get into.
Well, actually, he was in an interview with one of our good friends here at TMZ. I don't want to say his name. I don't want to say it incorrectly. I say Alex.
I think it's Alex.
It's Alex Michelson. Yes. He's doing his own show now over there at CNN, but he used to come in here a lot and host TMZ Live.
Very nice guy.
Had some great conversations with him during downtime. Really happy for him and everything he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he actually just got honored for his work recently with he's interviewed Arnold Schwarzenegger, Trump. He's done a lot of great work.
He's
shout out to Alex Michelson.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Spencer sat down with him, and there's a couple things that came out of this interview. Spencer Pratt revealed that exactly the moment he became a Republican.
I got some stuff to say, man. Ugh.
And it all comes down to death threats. So during this interview, we actually have the clip. He revealed the moment that he felt unsafe, in which that led to him becoming a Republican, and it's pretty shocking. Go ahead and play it, Laura.
When I was a hated reality star, I got so many death threats. I had so much security and police, and what did they tell me to do? Get a gun. This is real. I know people don't like guns, but LA was dangerous if you're hated. So I got a gun. My wife got a gun. And then we needed CCWs. The only people that supported a CCW was the Republican. That was what I aligned with: my safety, my personal safety, my family's safety. I know people don't like guns, but when people are threatening your life and your own security is telling you you need to have home protection, train to, it's not like just I went to the, go through the proper steps. That was my,
impetus.
That's it.
And
period.
that was it. And you felt like that party was more pro Second Amendment.
And I know that's a very hot button, but here's the thing. I'm also going to be the mayor that puts LAPD in front of every school to make schools safe from guns. Right now we have
enough officers to do that?
I talked to a very knowledgeable law enforcement. All you have to do is pick one patrol unit and you give them a nice pin that connects to that school, and that's their street. So they add that one. So that's already part of mine, just because obviously I know people don't like guns, and we need to make everything, especially schools, safe. But that is where I connect to.
I mean, I got no problem with that. If you feel threatened, own a gun. I'm for that. Everybody should own a gun. I think everybody should carry a gun if you feel unsafe. Fun fact, actually, Karen Bass has spoken out many times. She owns firearms herself.
Right.
Because she's a politician. And you can never be too careful, especially in Los Angeles. We see celebrities day in, day out. Jennifer Aniston, for example, not long ago, a crazy stalker drove his car into her gate and broke it because he wanted to get to her. And then Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were at home, and a crazy person drove by and unloaded a semi-automatic firearm, which she drove across the country with from Florida to shoot Rihanna and threaten her family. So
my thing with this statement is, so this was the deciding factor for him becoming Republican, And I echo a lot of that same sentiment. Yes, I believe you should have the right to own a firearm and defend yourself or your property, whatever that is. But I just don't understand. Like, Democrats, like including myself, are for firearms too. And it's not the fact that it's people don't support CCWs, which I don't. But it's the fact that we have to make sure we go through all the right processes, making sure every state has universal background checks, make sure we don't have people with guns that have high capacity magazines or bump stocks or anything that can have all like high capacity being able to fire upon people, And that's my thing is I understand where he's coming from, but at the same time, this was the deciding moment. I don't.
Wait, do you think we should have CCW in Los Angeles?
No, I don't.
Why not?
because not every person is the same. Not everybody is a responsible gun owner.
Well, of course. I mean, but I'm talking like CCW is accessible for people that pass the right processes.
Well, that
So
does,
being
just
able to
because they
carry-
pass the process doesn't mean later they're not going to change their mind and decide to fire
Yeah,
on
that could be
people.
with anything. You know, someone could have a
and people
knife
are
and decide they
extremely
wanna kill somebody.
people are extremely reactionary too.
Yeah.
Like, you could say the one thing and they have a bad day and they already passed the fire, whatever they got their CCW for, and they shoot and kill somebody.
But at the same time, you know, let's say my daughter is in Los Angeles and a crazy man is chasing her down the street with a knife and she's running for her life, which I think just happened recently. I would feel great if she had a gun on her person.
Yes,
be able
in
to
some
shoot 'em.
circumstances,
Kill 'em.
yes.
I just think
the
that
problem
there's so much
is
danger.
the problem is not every person is a responsible gun owner.
Of course not.
And everybody's extremely reactionary because humans are naturally
Of
violent.
course,
We're naturally violent.
I just believe that if Spencer, and I don't even think Spencer can do this. This is up to the governor. It's up to the governor, but as a mayor of Los Angeles, he can't really change that sentiment because that's a state thing, you know, in terms of CCWs. I don't think he can really do much with that, but I get
mean,
it.
he could push for certain stuff, push for certain legislation, and
I'd feel
try
so
to
much
lay the
safer if I
groundwork.
had a gun, man. Like,
I mean, I hear everybody just
least
because
at my
there's
house.
guns. Yeah, if you want to own a firearm, defend yourself or your
Yeah.
property, absolutely.
are we in a stand your ground state? Can you?
I
don't
hope
think
not.
we are not. We are not in a stand your ground state. So if someone comes on your property in California, this is crazy. They can sometimes sue you if you shoot them while they're on your property. Isn't that wild?
Yeah, I'm not aware, but that's pretty crazy.
I know it does happen. And
Something-
actually, just recently, what's his name? One of the Sprouse twins. Someone broke into his house, and we got the footage of him outside with a gun and standing across from the criminal that broke in.
Mhm.
And I mean, thank God, you know, it didn't get much worse than that. But I was like, hey, man, stand your ground. I would have shot him if someone came on my
Right.
property. Instant. Not even.
You have
not even a
everybody
second.
has the right to defend
even a
themselves.
second.
And
How about
and
you, Lauren?
Yeah.
If someone came on your property, what would you do?
I'd probably call the police and hide myself.
Not enough time, man. You know, not enough time. But there was another moment, by the way, in this interview. Moving on,
Which
from
is
this,
also yeah.
where he brings up his inspiration politically, and we'll play it for you now.
Who is your political role model?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, I mean, that's what.
He was a politician. He had
yeah.
to, he had to go in and.
Are there any
speak.
modern politicians that
No,
you're especially
I-
studying or
no,
drawn to?
No, I'm not a politician. I don't
Yeah.
want to be a politician.
Yeah.
I want to be a fighter for the people.
But you've mentioned though that
Obama, I'm most similar to Obama.
Okay.
And I know the View lady said I don't have a law degree,
Yeah.
so I'm going to work on that online in the next before November. I probably can get one.
Jesus was not a politician. Let's get
Wait,
that.
but before
let's
you
get
say
that
that,
straight.
so there, like he kind of Alex cut him off here, but what he's trying to say is, and there are people I've heard people say this before that Jesus is a politician, not in the modern sense, like he was a politician in Rome or Greece,
Right.
whatever it was. He needs to elaborate a little more, because when you say Jesus is a politician, when people say that, what they're talking about is that police was politically disruptive. So when he came in and disrupted the Roman Empire and everything, that is considered political in what he was doing.
Mhm.
But it has to be elaborated more. He was about to say that. He was about to say that, but then Alex cut him off. But he should have elaborated.
So let me ask you
not a
this:
modern politician.
would you say that Jesus' intentions were political, or were they more so for the religious part of it?
Well, actually,
Yeah, for
fun
people,
fact,
humanity.
Jesus hated religion. So it nothing like everything that we think of now, everyone says, oh, Christianity is a religion. Jesus didn't come to the earth essentially to preach that. Like, this is a religion, you know, like man makes religion, right?
Right.
So when he came, it was more so just teaching God, teaching the word of God. That was it. There wasn't anything
Right.
more than that. People, like to spin it and say that, oh, it was political. He was trying to disrupt and everything. No. He was like, a lot of the things that were happening back then in the Roman Empire were anti his teachings. So essentially they call him a quote politician.
Right.
But it's not in the modern sense. But, Spencer, when you do say that, people are going to get confused. So you just have to elaborate on it.
I view Jesus as one thing, and that's as the Holy Savior. That's it. I don't put him in line with politics or any of that nature. Because he asked him, he said political role model, and then he tried to say, I don't view any. He said it himself. I don't view anybody else in that sense. He reaffirmed it. So he's reaffirming that Jesus was a politician. That's not the case.
What he meant to do in this interview.
How do you know that? When you say he meant to do, what do you mean he meant to do?
What he meant to do was say that his inspiration is Jesus Christ. He shouldn't have said in the modern sense that he's a politician.
He said political role model. Political role model. He asked him again,
but he didn't elaborate.
And but he reaffirmed it.
But he didn't elaborate, and that's the problem. And I heard it.
And
Alex cut him off, and he didn't continue the sentence that he started after he said he was a politician.
I don't know. I just view from a religious standpoint, he's a holy savior.
What he should have said was, Jesus is my inspiration.
That's it.
And that's it.
Period.
He didn't need to
no
say
political, no exactly.
Right, because people are going to get confused by that unless you really understand, everything that went down back then.
Yes. So let's move on to a more of a lighter story, I would say.
Ray J.
He's making a big comeback. So he is aggressively training for an upcoming celebrity MMA fight after recently dealing with major health problems. He went to there was pictures of him in the hospital. He looked in like pretty bad shape, but I think we're playing the video right now. It seems like he's back to it. And there's a couple parts of this video which obviously I thought was done for comedic purposes, but he's training with some girls in the back and yeah, it looks like he's doing okay.
So allegedly, it's going to be Ray J versus Super Hot Fire as a part of a co-main event lineup. An additional fight at this event will be Johnny Manziel versus Bob Menery.
Yeah.
That is.
He's a Instagram like sports commentator. It's just funny.
And then of course the event promoter, Aiden Ross. Who else to be their event promoter?
Dana White's also involved.
Dana White. So is this confirmed? Is this confirmed?
Yes.
Or is this just Ray J claiming something?
It's scheduled for Saturday.
It's on Saturday.
So if you guys don't know who Super Hot Fire is, he had that infamous YouTube. We couldn't play the video, but go look up Super Hot Fire on YouTube. His infamous lyrics are "Sweet Deli tea from McDonald's. I drink that. Super Hot Fire. I spit that. 2.5 Men. I watch that." And he's not a rapper, but he spits fire.
I'm a little worried though, because Ray J claimed that his heart is at, I believe, 20 or 10%, something like that, capacity right now. And he said that he had,
clearly not.
I believe he said he had like 12 months to live or so. I don't quote me on that. I don't have the exact number he said, but he said he had a very short time to live. And he said that the doctor told him that. That does not constitute getting in a ring and fight in the octagon and fighting someone.
But
very dangerous.
We see all these celebrity fights. Like I see him on Kick all the time. Like with Aiden Ross in particular, like the streamer universe.
Yeah,
I see like Super Hot Fire and this other guy who's crazy, the Gypsy Crusader, I think is his name. Those aren't serious fights. I think if he needed to stop, he would be able to stop. But it's for fun.
It's like Ray J is just known for saying a lot of things, not following through, and then here we are back at square one every single time. So I just want to see Ray J, follow through with something all the way to the end. But I'm also a little worried because if he really does have a heart problem, because I have a heart condition, and I would never step in the octagon, and my heart's at full capacity.
Right.
He claims his heart is, he said, quote, his heart is blackened from alcohol, from drug use over the years.
Is it the smartest move? No, but for an entertainment factor, I mean, I hope
all it takes is one punch to the chest, and if that's true about your heart, you're going down.
Yeah.
It's very possible and dangerous. I wonder if his doctor is signing off on this. Would love to hear
I would
that.
hope he would.
I doubt it. A doctor in his right mind can't sign off on a fight.
Yeah, especially if he says months to live, yeah. But hopefully, I mean, hey, I might tune in, might not, probably not.
These celebrity fights, usually, they're honestly always a little riggy, and sometimes they're rehearsed, and I'm sure that they talked about it before, like, hey, maybe no shots to the chest. Let's be careful here.
I miss prime, like, boxing, and then even, like, 10 years ago with the UFC when they had Conor McGregor and Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
That whole crazy, that era, like, can we get back to that? And all these celebrity gimmick fights, they're fun. But they're like, usually they're pretty crappy, You know,
I did enjoy Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, regardless. Of
you
what people
enjoyed
say.
that fight.
I just like watching two celebrities fight each other. Like it's not supposed to
Y'all
be
hear this,
anything.
man?
It's not supposed to be anything crazy. You know, it is what it is. You
Well,
go
Jake
in
Paul
knowing
wanted to be-
exactly what it's going to be.
Jake Paul wants to be taken as a serious boxer. How about you fight somebody like he did with Anthony Joshua? Prop to him, you know. But
and then
that was he
got
was even
knocked
out of
out.
his, he got knocked out.
Right.
But really, Mike Tyson is in his 60s and obviously past his prime, and like I do too. Go
So I
watch
was
Mike.
like,
We
go
need
for it, man.
go watch
Need the
Prime.
money? Go for it.
Go watch Prime Mike Tyson highlights and say that's what we need to get back to in boxing. So
All right, we're not going to do the last story. We just
Yeah,
don't have time.
we don't have
So
time,
moving
guys.
on to
Sorry,
our
guys.
comments. Tracy, how about gun reform? Guns against guns might not be the solutions.
Yes.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'd rather have a gun if a gun's coming at me, because no guns is not going to fix it. They're going to get guns regardless.
yeah, no guns is not going to fix it. Too many guns is not going to fix it. There needs to be reform. We need to make sure every
Really a
state.
mental health.
It is a mental health issue. We just need to make sure we have proper gun reform, proper responsibility, and try to
Problem is, we're past that now. Pokey Ninja Fun. For once, I agree with Spencer.
agree with what? Agree with Jesus being
Elaborate on it.
Yeah.
Elaborate for us. Okay, I think that's where we're going to end the comments.
Yes.
We have to get out of here. So
Yes.
thank you, everybody. Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Branson.
And we'll see you guys here later today at the afternoon.